Hey everyone, hello, and welcome to the live stream. So, today I'm Danny Zander, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a custom arpeggiator patch in Reaktor in just a few minutes. And if you're into electronic music or want to add rhythmic melodies to your tracks, this stream is definitely for you. So, we're going to be building it inside of Reaktor and getting into it. Let's get into it. So when you open up Reaktor, you're going to be greeted with a page here that gives you options. One is to create instruments that are already inbuilt inside of Reaktor. Another is to patch together modular racks. And the third is to build from scratch using synth samplers, effects, and sound design tools. So today we're going to be using the build section. And when you open that page, you're going to see several options on your left side: player, library, and files. And we're going to mostly be delving into the player section, which are the inbuilt blocks inside of Reaktor. And these blocks are going to help you build out your sound design modular rack. If you ever get stuck and you need more information, you're going to click on that info tab on the top right. And what that info tab does, it allows you to see information above and see that what each section does. So this one is a instruments and effects section. This is your user library for factory content, and this one is the files on your local computer if you want to browse for samples to use inside your blocks, or so on and so forth. So now when we dive into our blocks, we're going to start building out our actual modular rack. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more sound design tips and tutorials, and let's jump in. So first, let's start off by setting our key modules up. I'm adding a note input here, and that note input is going to feed directly in. So I'm going to find a note input, we're going to bring that in. Then we're also going to need a few more modules to set this up, and that note that's going to feed into our sequencer. And the clock, we're going to add a clock. That clock itself, it's going to set the rhythm for actual oscillators or any other modules that we decide to bring into our modular rack. The oscillator will generate sound, so we're going to add in an oscillator. This will generate our basic sounds, and from there we can generate sound through the sequencer, and the sequencer will determine the note pattern that we choose. So we're going to add in a sequencer. So let's add in, going to go into racks, blocks, primes, going to go into blocks, and let's actually go back into bento blocks, and we're going to add in a sequencer, 8-step sequencer. So this is determine the notes when they play, what timing. And then let's design a melody engine. So we're going to connect up our sequencer to output of the oscillators and pitch input to control notes being played. So that's long form for saying we're going to connect everything up. We're going to add in a VCA. We also need a VCA to output our signal, which is an amp. And let's organize our panel. Then we're going to start building. So let's dive into it, and we're going to connect our sequencer to our oscillator. So we're going to connect our gate signal, and then we're going to connect our pitch into our oscillator, and our oscillator out to our VCA, and our VCA out to our left and right speakers. Let's see if we get sound. Okay, no, we're not getting sound yet. So let's turn on the clock. Yes, we're getting sound now. So we're just getting a strict tone. So we want our gate to be able to reset. So I'm actually going to hook up I'm going to hook up an ADSR to our amp envelope. This is going to allow us to have more control over our sound over time. So gate goes to there, and that gate goes out to our amp. Okay, so from there, we are going to manipulate our sound. So change our waveform. Okay. Turn my modulation depth so we can hear something coming through. Because now the sequencer is acting as our actual note input. As you can see, the clock is acting as our note input, giving a gate signal to our sequencer. And rather than hitting a note in, the clock is being me, basically, as a digital version. So we're getting a sound. Let's actually add more oscillators to this. Then we're going to add in a mix, so you can blend all the signals together. And then we're going to turn down and make sure we blend in all three oscillators into our signal. So let's check that it's functioning correctly. Oh, we forgot one connection, our gate connection. And let's reorganize our panel. So you can hear the oscillators. We're just going to reorganize our panel really quickly. Make everything a little neater so we can see what's happening. And then we can see exactly what to do next. So we have our three oscillators here, and we're controlling our signals. So let's make some adjustments here. Let's make some adjustments. This is supposed to go out. Well, the gate signal goes into there. There we go. So we've adjusted everything. We got a good tone going. Now, let's manipulate that. Make one a triangle. Make another one a square. Let's add an LFO to, let's name our oscillators. Oscillator 1, oscillator 2, oscillator 3. Then we're going to organize our panel so that we can see what we're doing. It's always important to organize your panel when you're dealing with modular builds so that you can tell what you're doing and you're able to save snapshots of your work really efficiently. So we've got a basic sound going. we've got all of our oscillators going. Let's tune them. Usually, one oscillator is going to be louder than the other or have dominance. So that's usually going to be oscillator 1, because it creates oscillators. I call it an oscillator sandwich in terms of how the sounds fight for space. Let's make it a little more complex. We're going to add one more oscillator and make it an oscillator carrier. So this one will go to going to sync the oscillators here, and then we're going to rename our relationship carrier modulator. And then we can see if this works. I'm going to mute the other oscillators quickly and see how we affect the tone of oscillator 1. Okay. There we go. So we're getting some oscillator sync. And I'm able to manipulate that with the pitch of the first oscillator. It's actually this way around. Modulator. And then this is supposed to be carrier. There we go. And it looks like all our oscillators are in the correct order. And just making sure our panel's clean and it looks good. Yep, now we can add in the other oscillators. And make sure we tune accordingly. Let's add a little LFO for movement on oscillator 1. Just experimenting. So LFO to mod 1, and let's experiment with that. Let's turn on the modulation depth. Let's oscillator 2. Change the waveform. Let's tune our oscillators real quick and shape our sound. So let's do sevens. So there you have it. We've successfully built out our rack with an arpeggiated sequence. And if you enjoyed this, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more sound design streams. Let me know in the comments what kind of patches you'd like to see next. And thanks for joining me, and keep exploring your creativity. Thanks for watching. And if you really like this, feel free to dive in to my sound design challenge, which is up and coming, and hope to see you there. Alright, take care, bye.